All right. Welcome, welcome. It is Monday. It is not Monday. It is Thursday. It is Thursday, June 5th, and it's time for our Kind Copy quick tip for June, which is how to not be boring in your sales copy. So, we could also call this Let's Rescue Your Copy from the Land of Bland. Okay. So I want to um, make sure that we all understand that boring does not mean quiet, kind, or professional. Often, when we are trying to write kind, empathy driven copy, we tend to dampen and soften our voice rather than targeting to our ideal client and making it compassionate and empathy driven and targeted for them. So we're actually to write kind copy, we're actually amplifying our voice, but to that specific person and in a way that is not manipulative or pushy. So boring just ends up meaning forgettable, and your brand deserves better than that, and so do your people. So the problem is that most of us have written boring copy without even realizing it because we are trying to be clear or professional, and we're repeating what we have seen work for others. And that means using overused phrases that you have seen 100 times. So things like take your business to the next level, step into your power, or I see you, overwhelmed entrepreneur, or unlock your fullest potential, or if you're ready to stop playing small, or ready to insert desired result here, right? They're not bad, they're just tired. And tired phrases rarely make people feel something. So when your copy sounds like everybody else, it's going to end up blending into the background. But when it sounds like you and it has your sense of humor, your worldview, your lived experience, and your personality, it's going to wake people up and connect with them. So let's talk about why this happens. Why does so much sales copy end up sounding the same? Most copy turns boring because we're either trying too hard to sound like a brand, right? Or we're defaulting to those phrases that we've seen 100 times. And again, it's not because people are lazy. It's because they're trying to follow formulas that work, right? But the problem is that when everyone's using that same formula, the only thing that stands out is the one that breaks it. So the same thing applies here with these overused phrases that applies to templates. When it is a popular template from a really well-known coach, and they have recently launched this, everyone's bought it, you start seeing that same dang sales page over and over and over again, right? And you know, that's so-and-so's template. I have seen that template a zillion times. Or I've seen that welcome sequence a zillion times because I know it's so-and-so's template that everyone's bought. So keep in mind that boring copy is just a symptom of copying without customizing and writing for approval instead of connection. So we don't want to use someone else's words to try to describe our magic. Our magic is ours. It's unique. It literally unique selling proposition. That's the word unique in it, right? And so our copy should be unique as well. Very personalized, very customized, and packed with our personality because people buy from us because they want to work with us specifically and not anybody else. So let me walk you through a super simple trick that I use when copy starts feeling generic, and I'm going to call it the remix method. So first, we want to find the offender. So let's think of a phrase that you've seen a million times in your niche. Things that you keep saying because you've seen it on a sales page or you've heard it in a webinar or you're seeing it on Instagram. So things like build the business of your dreams or ready to finally put yourself first. Or this is for you if you're ready to level up, right? Zero shame if you have used these. I have too. That's the whole point. We're not judging, we're remixing. So step 2 is ask yourself, what do I actually mean when I say that? So the thing with boring copy is it's vague. It's always vague because it is meant to apply to a bunch of different niches. This is what happens with template copy. When we're creating a template, we want to create it to be relevant, to be able to be used across a bunch of different niches. So when we're picking a replacement for that overused phrase, it's going to always come back to three questions. Number one, what message am I actually trying to get across here? What's the most important takeaway? And what feeling do I want the reader to have? So for example, level up might actually mean finally getting consistent clients, making enough to stop side hustling, and feeling like you're not drowning in tasks every day. Step into your power might mean saying no, raising your rates, feeling confident on sales calls, right? So we want to be super specific. And this is how we're going to start adding personality. And we need to be specific. Choose your words carefully. Use the actual targeted, specific, accurate words that you mean to get down to the actual emotion or practical shift that you are trying to help people make. Okay. So then step 3, we're going to rewrite that phrase in our own voice, like we're texting our kindest client or writing a note to our past self. So instead of playing small, we're going to use something like, or instead of stop playing small, we're going to use something like, let's stop pretending you need another certification to do the thing you're already amazing at. See how much more conversational that is? Instead of take your business to the next level, we could use something like, let's make your business feel less like a never-ending to-do list and more like something you want to show up for. And instead of overwhelmed entrepreneur, try something like, you're doing 37 things before breakfast and still somehow answering DMs at dinner. You see the difference? It's real, it's specific, it sounds like a person, not a pitch, right? So our challenge for this month, every time you write a new piece of copy, try to find one overused phrase that you used. And then step 2, write it in 3 new ways. I want you to, this is your play date for the month of June. So you're going to pick an overused phrase. Every time you write a piece of copy, there's going to be one, I promise, even with me. Find it, write it 3 new ways: playful, ultra specific, and tender. 3 different ways. Pick your favorite, the one that feels most like you, most like the voice that you use when you're talking one-on-one with your clients, when you're speaking to your group in your membership, when you're chatting with your biz bestie. Pick that favorite and add it in place of the overused phrase in your copy. And then post one rewrite in the comments in our June copy challenge post, which I will put up in the group after this call is over. I'm super excited to see how you do this month, giving your words a little bit more you. So I want you to remember, not boring does not mean louder. It means clearer, it means truer, and means you with the volume turned up just enough to feel real to that specific ideal client with that specific meaning you're trying to get across. So your voice already has flavor. We don't want to water it down with everyone else's phrasing. We want to let that flavor just pop for our ideal clients. Okay. So try the remix, make your copy feel like something only you would write, and drop it in the group for feedback and inspiration. And if you want to help making it sparkle, I will be in the comments with a thesaurus, a snack, zero judgment. To help you do that, I have prepped a resource for you. I'm going to drop it in the description on YouTube here. Grab the free resource here. Copy. Okay, that should be there. Okay, and then let me share my screen and we will walk through this together. So I've, excuse me, I have called this resource Copy Phrases That Deserve to Retire and What to Say Instead. So we're going to throw a little retirement party for these overused copy phrases. They have served us for a long time. they're tired, they're overworked, they're phoning it in at this point. So we're going to thank them for their service and lovingly show them the door. So I've given you a bunch of different phrases, talked about what it means, and given you some suggestions for things to try instead. Okay. So can just kind of scroll through and see if any of these resonate, if they feel like you. Play with them. Again, don't just take what I've written here, but play with it. Make it you, make it sound like something you would say. And you'll notice, right? A lot of these rewrites include very specific details about what your ideal client is experiencing. The more we can show how those pain points and those struggles and challenges show up in their day-to-day life and keep them from doing what they want to do in their day-to-day life, the better we're going to do at helping them resonate with our copy and making that connection that we can solve it for them. Okay. So instead of I see you overwhelmed entrepreneur, for example, you've got 14 browser tabs open, 3 half-built offers, and a calendar that looks like it's plotting against you. See how much more fun and personality packed that feels? And it's someone's going to nod along and say, that is me. How is she in my head right now? Right? Okay. So I think we are I think we are done. I think that was all I wanted to kind of go over today. Take a look at the resource. Let me know if it feels helpful to you. And I will put up the post inside the Kind Copy Movement Facebook group today, so you can start adding your rewrites and we can give you feedback, cheer you on, help you massage it, whatever you need. Okay. I hope June is full of sparkle for you and for your